tell me love's the thing to work at. Gotta work, work, work to keep that thing alive. I hear what you're selling, I don't buy that. 'Cause I keep my work between the 9 and 5. You've got to play with your lover, play your undercover. If you want to get to it, just do it, don't do it halfway.
So that is a clip of Play. It's a popular single from the Bacon Brothers. Michael and Kevin are in town to play 3 shows at the Birchmere, right? It says 2, but I was pretty sure there are 3. They're all sold out, by the way, so the only time you're going to get with them is with us right now. They are giving back also. They did a pop-up charity event, and this morning Michael and Kevin both joined us to talk about the charity event, their music, and a whole lot more. Thank you all for coming in.
Pleasure.
So
Thanks
awesome to have you all here in studio. So.
I know, you're always so kind and take time to be here with us. You know, you had the pop-up event yesterday in Boston, right? Mm-hmm. What I love is that when I think of like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, I think that like when that started, you were probably like, okay, this is silly, right? Like where can this go?
Yeah.
But now you've like embraced it and taken it to this next level with your charity.
Yeah. When I first heard about 6 Degrees, I kind of thought it was a joke at my expense, you know?
Right.
Like, can you believe like this loser can be connected to any of the greats in film history? And for a long time, I was kind of hoping that it would just disappear and you know, just go the way of pet rocks or hula hoops or whatever. And it just hung around and hung around and hung around and hung around. And so eventually I said, well, let me try to see if there's something to do that's good with it. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that we like to do is kind of go to places. A lot of times we do it with the Bacon Brothers and we're on the road. We'll find an organization that is a local organization and we'll just, I don't know, kind of show up and do something. And yesterday we were packing backpacks for
300
homeless.
backpacks.
300
yeah, 300 backpacks, yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, with stuff for homeless kids and adults. Yeah, it was good.
You know, it's awesome to have you both in studio right now because you're basically in the middle of a 3-run show here at Birchmere. You had 2 sold out this weekend. You have a sold out show tonight. To get you in the middle of that 3-night show aspect is really interesting. What were the first 2 nights like? What does DC give you as musicians? And then obviously this 3rd night going in. I mean, you go into these shows, it's got to be amazing and electrifying to be live. But what does DC give you both in terms of these crowds?
Well, we've been doing this, they tell us, 26 years. And in a funny way, I sort of feel like all of a sudden the energy is just kind of right for us.
Really?
And we've been doing really well with our shows, playing Birchmere. It's one of the greatest clubs in the world
Great
that
venue.
I've ever played. And of course, DC and Alexandria is so beautiful, and the crowds are great, and just they are pin drop silent when there's sort of a gentle song, and they rock when we rock. So it's great for us.
Yeah. And Kevin, for you, just curious about DC for you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's funny how you have just pockets of the world where, for whatever reason, over the time that we've been on the road with the band, there's just certain spots where we've been able to build up a bit of a following. You know, obviously the first time we played the Birchmere, we were definitely not sold out, and we only did 1 show. And just over the course of time, just coming back, I don't know if it's like people telling their friends or whatever, and it's really nice because when you have a band that doesn't have a hit,
Yeah.
you know, you go to see music and you're sitting there waiting for them to play their hit, and you know, in our case, that doesn't really happen.
Well, you 2 are the hit.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well,
so I do have a question, because I remember talking to you guys when you opened the Wharf, right?
Yeah.
So now, is your sister still in the area?
She's just this year has moved up to Vermont and is not working down.
Because and why I remember that is you guys were doing like this sound check, and I remembered one of you were like, "Hey, that good-looking older lady, let her through. Security, don't hold her back." And you know, she came walking down. And my question was going to be, if she's still in the area, does she come to the Birchmere every time you guys play?
I hope she didn't hear us say older lady.
Well, you said it over the mic, so
I did
think we
over the
heard
mic.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when we first
Let
heard
the
her
old lady in. She's okay.
We first heard her talking about the Wharf. What Wharf? I mean,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it's turned into this amazing thing. She was one of the original developers.
And great venue there, the Anthem, which is like one of my
the
favorite.
Anthem's
What an amazing venue.
Yeah.
I want to ask, because Kevin, last time I spoke with you, we're still talking about the Hollywood strike right now, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm a journalist. I generally cover films and talk to actors. Obviously, there's so many movies I want to ask you about right now, but I cannot. But since I did last speak with you, the writer's strike did come to an end. They did get their deal. SAG is still obviously trying to get their deal. I just wanted to get your opinion on where we are now, but also your fears of AI as an actor and kind of what, how that, for our audience who might not understand fully the whole idea of the strike, this AI part of it and the residuals really are very important to talk about, especially for your likeness as an actor.
Yeah, I mean, I think the business has changed a tremendous amount and everything happens really, really quickly. I mean, I remember when the writers were about to go out and nobody was even really talking about AI, and then all of a sudden it got raised, in terms of like, can a artificial intelligence write a script and then nobody gets paid for that script, I mean, I think that it's really, we're artists, we're trying to create something. The writers are artists, musicians are trying to write songs. AI is not going to go away, but there just needs to be some kind of protections of the things that we create, or certainly protections of my likeness or my voice or whatever I'm going to do. I mean, I think that we just have to discuss and come up with some sort of a plan, and then probably things will change in the next few years, and then we can look at the plan that we have again and reassess. And that's what this is really about. The actors are meeting again today, and I'm really hopeful that everyone can, come to a fair deal. That's what we're looking for.
And I want to talk to you about your movies next time I see you.
Well, since we can't talk about movies, let's talk about your podcast, because it's also a big hit right now.
Yeah. It's doing good, yeah. It's doing really well. We'll have this podcast called 6 Degrees with Kevin Bacon. And essentially what we do is I speak to some kind of a celebrity. Sports. We had Eli Manning the other day. It hasn't gone up yet. I spoke to Thomas Rhett and Jewel from music. A lot of actors, McConaughey, and
Mark
Ruffalo, and on and on and on. And I kind of just shoot the breeze with them in the first half of it. Talk about maybe whatever connections we may have, because 6 Degrees is kind of about connections. And then in the second half, we highlight whatever causes they are supporting. A lot of them have their own foundations, and we bring on the person who is doing the on-the-ground work and running these foundations, and put a microphone in front of them and give them the chance to talk about what their, what the cause is, and also how they ended up devoting their life to giving back.
Kevin and Michael, really, really quick, that clip we showed at the beginning of the segment of both of you playing together, I said this to you when I talked to you over Zoom, but to be brothers and playing together is a really beautiful thing. I wonder, when you're on a show and you're on stage in front of an audience, when you look over at each other, do you stop and go, I'm with my brother right now. We're on stage together.
I never look at him.
You never look at him?
And I think he'd say the same thing.
You don't look at him. But I mean, in all seriousness, though, when you look over
great. I mean, it really is, and it's a business. It's a family business, and it's getting more and more family members are getting involved.
Your daughter plays music with you sometimes too, which is amazing.
She does, yeah. And Mike's son Neil works with us, and his wife, and
Yeah, so it's great. We're really lucky.
Yeah.
And as I said, the band is doing great. People are coming to see us. And
well, I'm going to leave you with this, because literally my family, my brother-in-law said this to me the other day, not knowing that I was talking with you. He goes, hey, Holly, I got a joke for you. He goes, we used to have Johnny Cash, and there was Bob Hope, and then there was Steve Jobs, and we lost them, so we have no Cash, no Hope, and no Jobs. Dear God, don't let anything happen to Kevin Bacon. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to tell Kevin Bacon that joke. He's like, no, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am.
All right, well, the Bacon Brothers tonight at the Birchmere. It is sold out, but next time they come through, definitely check them out. Check out the podcast as well, and honored to have both of you on today.